Hi folks, welcome to this episode of Moose and Milo, where we're taking a look at the stand for the 3-in-1 machine. So just taking you through the photos that I have of the build of the stand. This is the base, um, aluminum sides. I don't have any photos or videos of the framing of the stand. But we'll do the best with what we have. There's the top. You can see the channel in the back for collecting the fluid. That's angled towards the center. There's a photo of the front with the drawers installed. The drawers are just made out of plywood, I think 1/2-inch plywood. Another photo of the top. You can see the angle of the channel in the back for fluid collection, and the standoffs for mounting the unit to the top. There's another photo of the standoffs and the bar just adjacent to the standoff there for the coolant flow. Not sure, this might be a duplicate picture, but similar. That's the back, open back. You can see the back of the drawers, and that's so to provide access for maintenance and whatnot. There's the T-handles that are made from 3/8-inch bolts and a 1/2-inch round for the front, just welded together. A photo of the front. You can see the positioning of the standoffs based on the requirements for the machine. Another photo of the front from a little further off. And another photo of the T-bars. There you can see I scored the T-bars unnecessary, but they're just labeled. And there's the machine sitting on top of the stand. Okay, so here's how some of this stuff comes together. See if I can demonstrate this. In the video you saw the tray back there, the angle iron channel. It needs to be cleaned out right now. That's what collects the fluid. The coolant flows down through that hole right there. Can't really see it. There's a magnet there actually to catch the fragments, but there's underneath that. Let's see if I can get to it here. Buffing way. Get in there with it. There's a hole. Problem is the magnet doesn't catch the aluminum. But I gotta get in there with a vacuum and clean that out. And this tray here slides out for cleaning. And you can see that it's angled just slightly. It's angled just slightly that way. So when the fluid comes down, hits that, goes into that angle iron channel in the back, and then comes through a hole way back there. You can see some piping, and one of those pipes is the return, one of them is the pickup. That's the pickup chamber down there. You can see the pipes. The reservoir is not in there right now because I just cleaned it. This is the reservoir right here. There's another segment on the whole cooling system, the flood coolant and the mist coolant. But that's the Houdini box coolant. So the coolant goes in there and then gets sucked up through that.
through that pumping mechanism in the back right here, which will be in the other segment. And a couple of flaws when I put it all together. What I found was the coolant was accumulating between these and running off the end and onto the floor. So I put here, this is a little dam that I made out of silicone, just not high enough to interfere with anything, and I put a hole right there, so the coolant pools here, goes through, and then runs through the system. The other flaw was this tray only covers up to here, which you can see it's right on the edge of where most of the cutting does when you're in the chuck. So some of the coolant was coming down here in this area and was getting in this drawer. So I'll try and see if we can. So what I did is I put, yeah, you can see it. There's another tray right there. This is it right here. And I mounted that tray underneath to catch any coolant that goes through this area. And it's bent at an angle right there, and it's also tilted back. So any fluid that accumulates in there goes through goes through that pipe and goes back to the reservoir. That's how that works. And the drawers, of course, you saw in the video, these handles. These are T handles. That's just I don't know, maybe a 3/8 inch bolt or something. See right there. And I cut the head off of and just machined these out of 1/2 inch steel. Welded it together at that point right there. You can see it, and it's absolutely not necessary, but I put little notches to number them. And little T handles. That's all you need. 6 drawers, and I can go through that. But there'll be another segment on the tooling, and it works. You know, the most frequently used tools I put on the top shelf there. That's a shelf that's not really being used for anything, but it's there. And like I said before, that's the reservoir shelf down there. And that's how the table works out. Oh yeah, and the feet are I think they're 1/2 inch bolts. There's a nut welded to the bottom of the table under there, and those get adjusted to level off the table. This floor is pretty crooked, so that's kind of necessary for those. Also underneath there, I don't know if I can see it. There, you can see it right there. There's actually rollers. So you lift up the feet, and the table drops down on those rollers to move the whole thing around. Because it's pretty heavy. It'd be hard to lift, hard to move without those rollers. One other thing you might be asking is, how on earth did I get this machine on that table? Well, that's a good question, because when it got delivered, it was set down right here. And there was some assembly required, of course. And my son and I had built this loft up here. This loft has a hoist. Here's the hoist. There's a box on there right now. Christmas decorations I haven't put away yet. But you see this hoist. It's currently configured with a platform. That was for when we changed the tires on the cars. We used that platform to bring the winter tires or summer tires up and down. But those orange straps right there, they go on here, and I used those orange straps to put on this at the mounting points. The mounting points are like here, There's one on that side, and there's some more over there. And if you look up top, there's the gate. That gate opens so that this hoist is on a T-bar. And I'll go up, bring this up, get out of the way. This gate opens up, and you can see this is on a T-bar, and it's fastened with lug nuts to the 2x6s in the ceiling. I think there's 4 or 5 on each side. I put that little wood block on there so I didn't cut my head open when I banged my head on it, because this is a low ceiling. It's probably 5 feet. And to get stuff back and forth, just grab this. Let's just throw it away. Gas can's in the way here. Something else in the way. Try that again. Gate opens up that way. Slides out, and just drop that down, unload, load, push it back out. Close her up. There it is. So anyway, that's the hoist that I used to get the stairs are a little steep. 60 degrees. Conserve space. Well, that's the hoist that we use to get the machine on the table. There you go. the bird. Where's the bird? Ready? Ready? Go get it. Get the bird. Good boy. Drop it. Drop it. Good boy.